took this incredibly circuitous route all the way through North Africa, Spain and then Gaul. Why not just
its signet ring? Once over the Alps and in Italy, Hannibal won.
And who can give us some information about William, Duke of Normandy? Oh, yeah.
Well, he conquered England.
Yes, but what was his? Why did he think that how did he have a claim to the throne of England? Why did he think he should be getting? Do you want someone to help you?
Because
Josephine.
It's taken from the Battle of Hastings.
Hey, I control my mood.
The Normans built fortified towers.
And fortified towers and fortified Josephine.
What we're doing is getting on with delivering on the priorities of the people, and that includes getting ready, obviously, to come out of the EU on October the 31st, but investing in our police, 20,000 more police officers, investing in hospital upgrades, and, of course, investing in education. What we're trying to do is level up across the country. I think that talent, genius, skills, uniformly distributed across the UK, but opportunity is not. So we want to see more great schools across the country. So up to 30 new free schools is at the heart of this programme, but that's on top of the 14 billion that we're spending on primary and secondary schools and further education.
I heard you assure the kid that we would be out by October 31st and that you're hopeful for a deal. How are you hopeful for a deal? What do you expect to happen, and what are you going to do if not?
I think there are loads of people around the place who really want this thing done, and that includes the British people, but also in Brussels and our friends and partners across the EU. They want us to get on with this. It's been dragging on for 3 years, and I can see that the policy of the opposition and some opposition parties, Labour included, is delay, dither beyond October the 31st. But nobody can see what that achieves. It's just another £1 billion a month to stay in the EU. That's why we're working very hard to get a deal. I think we will get a deal, but if absolutely necessary, we will come out with no deal. But in the meantime, we're going to get on with the priorities, I think, of the British people, and that's education. It's new free schools, getting our streets safer, 20,000 more police on the streets, improving our hospitals, putting money into the NHS, and championing the wealth-creating sector of the UK, the businesses on which we all depend. So there's a massive, massive agenda. We need a Queen's speech. That's why Parliament is in recess now, because you always have a recess before a Queen's speech. And anybody who says it's all this stuff about it being anti-democratic, I mean, Donnez-moi and break. What a load of nonsense. We were very, very clear that if people wanted a democratic moment, if they wanted an election, we offered it to the Labour opposition, and mysteriously they decided not to go for it. So we're going to get on. More free schools, more police, more hospitals, better hospitals, upgrading our hospitals, and coming out on October the 31st. I did almost nothing except Latin and Greek for about 20 years. And now I'm running the country. It's a perfect education. Remember, have you seen in your textbook, there's a picture of Athens and Sparta. Do you remember that picture?
Yeah.
They didn't like immigrants coming into Sparta. They used to kick them all out. But Athens was very welcoming, and loads of people came from all around the ancient world to Athens. And you look at them today. Athens has left behind incredible glories, and Sparta's just ruins. It tells you an important thing: that your culture, civilization, has got to be open and welcoming if it's going to be successful. That's my view.
The best thing about this school is the library.
The library? Is that where we are now? Is this the library?
Yeah, we can read books. So are we gonna leave Brexit?
Yes, October the 31st.
Are we leaving Brexit with a deal or no?
We're going to get a deal. Okay, we're going to get a deal. We're going to work very hard to get a deal. And I was in Ireland yesterday talking to our Irish friends about how to do that. But I'm going to go to Brussels and back to some other European capitals fairly soon to talk to them. I think there's a way of getting a deal, but it will take a lot of hard work.
Do you have a question?
But we must be prepared to come out without a deal. Yes. They do mainly come from abroad, don't they?
Yeah.
And Queens.
Do you have any questions for the Prime Minister?
Oh no.
Can they ask you some questions?
Yes, you can ask